That is not a good price. Well, the average price in our state is $2.97. It was just $2.55 3 days ago. Before the 20. Oh, when I get gas. Oh, so hey guys. It's my first time watching the news in a long time. I don't watch it because I don't like the negativity it portrays. Even if I read an article, I don't. Even if I want to figure out the news, I read the article from like Washington Post something. I don't watch the news. And statistics show that it shows certain displays of news at certain times because they know they have more viewers that time, which is kind of racist because they know more people will watch during that time. And most of the crimes that they say during that time are from people of color. So, just saying. Anyways, tonight's episode was good. It's pre-recorded, of course, and but I forgot about some of these things, and this week has been okay. I just started my shopping for my son on the 19th. His package came today, which is the 22nd. Thank God. I finished today. A last minuter, only not because I don't have the money per se, but because kids will change their mind 11 times before they figure out what they really want. Like I asked him something in August, and by the time December comes, he'll want something else. I'm not gonna keep buying all this stuff, and plus my son doesn't really want nothing. Like he wants 3 things. Ooh, my nail broke. But yeah, I explained to him when he asked me, he was 4, why do we celebrate Christmas? I told him because of the birth of Jesus. We bring gifts. We get gifts because, Jesus got gifts when he was born, the wise men or whatever. That's why in Mexico they celebrate, I don't know how to say it in Spanish, but it's something called like 3 Kings or something like that. That's basically the same thing. So I said, now your birthday, we go all out. I said, but this is Jesus' birthday. You still get presents. And I guess that stuck with him. He's 9 now. And so he never really asked me for more than like 4 things. Like last year he wanted FIFA 223, WWE 23, I think. NBA 23, Madden 23. And I think he got WWE 23, I think before Christmas or after Christmas. I don't even remember when it came out. I think he got that before Christmas. But the other 3 games he got after Christmas, and he wanted a gel blaster, and that was it. Like that's all he wanted. This year he wants a gaming chair, NBA 2K 24 current gen, and then money on his PlayStation thing, because last year Santa left him money on his PlayStation. So everybody keeps asking what he wants. He's like, I don't know. He's really into soccer, basketball, wrestling. He plays soccer and basketball, so he asked for soccer and basketball. His aunts and him, my aunt overloaded him with clothes and shoes I'm grateful for. So he doesn't really. Anyways, he just went to sleep. We were watching WWE. He was dozing off, arguing down. He wasn't tired. But today was good. It's pre-recorded. I'm trying to figure out. That's what I was trying to figure out. Why the last couple times we had double recordings for the summer? It's been in Wisconsin. Like, is it like a regulation thing? Is it a money thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it a situation where, okay, they'll let us rent this place out for all day for cheap, and there's a lot of people here, and that's it? Like, why not do it somewhere else? Because Wisconsin is what, 2 hours behind, 3 hours behind? So why not do it like in Idaho when they had it Raw? Or why not do it in Arizona? Or why not do it like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like hating, on that simple fact because Wisconsin is a pretty good crowd. Like, I wouldn't want it to go to a major city and then the crowd is boring. Because as someone that has been to 3 live events in 1 year, and I've been to one where I live here now in Raleigh, and then one where I'm from, DC, and then one 2.5 hours from me in Charlotte. And I will honestly say the best crowd. Live events is all about the story and stuff, the wrestling, of course, but it's all about who you sit with in the crowd. And Raleigh has been the best crowd so far. And I sat in the cut. When I say the cut on the side, like we couldn't even see the people coming out without looking on the screen. Well, I could see production, and I could see people backstage like Cody and them through the curtain, which was cool. But I was trying to figure out what production was doing because, you know, that's my thing. And the people, they're hilarious, okay? DC, we were in the middle. We're like kind of on TV, but not really up close. And then Raw was off to the side, and I gotta give Charlotte another shot. Like, Smackdown is coming to Charlotte February 9th, and I'm thinking about going. Only I want to give Charlotte another shot because the storyline that night, and that was me and my son and I's first WWE event ever. It was boring and it didn't make sense. So of course the crowd is not going to be engaged. Like, I was watching something with WWE talking about how the one guy tried to make it in Hollywood as a writer, and he loves that he works for WWE because his millions of people see what he writes. But that's the story. Like, that's the, you know, they're one of the foundations of a good show. And if the storyline doesn't make sense, or at the last minute you're like, I don't know what to write, y'all just wing it. Like, we're like, okay. We just know the gist of it. We just gonna wing it. Like, okay. But whatever. I'm glad that it's pre-recorded. I will say that. I tried to watch NXT highlights on YouTube. I guess that was pre-recorded too, and they didn't put the highlights on YouTube because they had the 12th and the 5th and stuff like that, which I still need to see the 12th because I didn't see that one either. But I'm bugging because I'm like, I could have sworn they had a show on Tuesday. Monday, I saw Monday, my son and I. We saw that. We are so glad. First of all, I don't even know where to start with Monday. Okay, so I will say that Kofi's one of my favorites. That Santa suit. Why? Like, and it seems like every holiday he dresses up, because I remember watching Up, Up, Down, Down. I think they were in a Europe somewhere. They might not have been. They might have been here in the States, but he had on a Nutcracker suit, him in Woods. So when the holidays come for like that and then they had the match against the Usos Thanksgiving, and I think everybody dressed up as something, like Jay was the turkey, stuff like that. So it's, I don't know if it's a traditional thing. He just does it because he's supposed to, because he has seniority. He's been there for a while. Or because he wants to. Look at my grade. Or because he wants to. But it was hilarious. Because I'm like, why does he... And somebody in the comments was like, why do you have a BBL? It was like, because Santa do squats. And I was like, not you doing squats and having a gut, though. Okay? But yeah, I saw that. I saw Jay come to his rescue when the rest of Imperium came and attacked him. And I was like, so Jay just come to everybody rescue, ain't he? Dang, y'all was 1 point hardcore beefing. Like, he been a superhero over there on Raw. I ain't mad at it though. You know what I'm saying? If that's what y'all want to do, go ahead and do what you do. And then Ivar versus Akira was hilarious because it was no way you thought you was about to flip homeboy with your leg. First of all, if Akira was able to pull that off, I don't even care if Ivar helped his sister with that. You got some strong ass legs, okay? There is no place Oh, forgive me. But there is no way that you could be able to do that, okay? I'm very happy. I'm excited to see Nia versus Becky on day one, to see how that will be. I'm very happy that Cadence and Carter are the tag team champions. It just works, man. Like, their chemistry is out of control. You would have think they grew up from the sandbox. Like, the way they move together. Like, how long have they been tag team partners? Like, that is crazy. And then I think they said they were the longest running NXT tag team women's champions. I see why. Shoot. I see why. Between those tournaments and stuff they've been having the last couple weeks, like, I've been rooting for them, because for a while before the tournaments even happened and stuff, they weren't even on TV. Like, they might have probably did house shows and stuff, but I was like, didn't they draft? They weren't on TV, or Isla and Alba weren't on TV after they lost their titles to Ronda and Shayna. So I was like, y'all done brought the girls over for no reason. Because what was the point? Y'all could have kept them on NXT. They would have got more TV time. And I know there's probably more titles than TV time. And if y'all could do picture to picture the entire time like y'all used to or whatever, it'll probably pan out better. But I'm like, extend Smackdown to a third hour. I say that every week. It's a Friday night. Like, the people that's not going nowhere, or that's real diehard SmackDown fans, we'll watch SmackDown, okay? We don't care if it's from 7 to 10. We watching SmackDown, okay? Because I was going to say 8 to 11, but a lot of people got their local news at 10. If you from where I'm from, they got news at 10 and 11. Like, you could pick one, but I know a lot of people only got news at 10. So if it work out like that, like, do 7 to 10. So that means if they on the West Coast, they wrestling from 4 to 7, they still get their life, go out, do what they do. If this here on the East Coast, they still leave at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, do something, because y'all have so much talent for a lot of people to be missing for a while, or for them to be used for a while and then not used at all. Like, I was talking about Xia Lee, sorry, and then for months, and then she get used for like 2 months, and now she back to, I don't even know what they about to do with her. Karrion was gone the whole 3 months. AJ was out, like I stated last week in my video last week, which they tried to take down, so y'all watch that. That I was confused by his promo, because I'm like, we ain't seen him since AJ. And then when AJ came out at the end of the SmackDown, I was like, oh, okay. Yep, that makes sense. Because I was like, AJ was the one he was after. Like, and then my man's just disappeared. And then, like, I don't know. Like, I don't. And then y'all had my man's body on the show for 10 months? 10 months, right? Like, he had an incredible 2022. Got drafted to SmackDown in March. The draft starting after WrestleMania in April, right? From April to October, ain't had not near a match. 6 months. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, this man is incredible, okay? He done held titles. He done beat Omos. He done beat Brock, okay? He done beat, I think, did he beat? I can't even remember. He was having that thing with Bronson at one point for a little bit. Like, it was, and then y'all just not gonna use him like he injured or something. Like, come on, okay? And I'm waiting for the Street Profits to get a suitable tag team, because outside of Pretty Deadly, there's no other tag team on SmackDown. It'll just be them two. Because not unless Santos forms a tag team with one of Angel, can't even think of homeboy name that just came out tonight. There's no other SmackDown. There's no other tag team that, now that I'm thinking about it. KO split up from Sammy, right? It would have to be either Solo and Jimmy, which I don't even think, honestly, that Jimmy wants to probably go back to a tag team thing. I think if he were to go back to a tag team thing, it'd be with his twin. I was gonna say with his brother, but Solo is his brother. The OC. So it'll be the OC is what, the Street Profits, the OC, Pretty Deadly. I don't even know if I would call Theory and Waller a tag team. They're just convenient to be in tag team matches. I don't know. But it's like, no, all the tag teams are on Raw, to be honest. Oh, my lash. Sorry. There's hair in my eye. Every week is something going on with this eye over here. What is the world? Yeah, so I'm proud of the girls for that. And then the Creed brothers versus no, then I'm proud the R-Truth versus JD McDonough match, which was a really good match. And Damien was like, sounds like a good idea to me. And he be trying so hard not to laugh when Truth come out. But I was like, Damien don't care if JD is out or not, because he didn't want JD in the first place. Like, so it wouldn't even make him know, never mind, you know what I'm saying? So they talking about he out. He's talking about, of course you in, but the next time. And I was like, he don't want you in there. I was like, the only reason why he accepted you in the groups because everybody else accepted you in the group. He was like that straight. Like kind of how like Sammy was with the Bloodline. But I was like, now during the new year, Truth gonna think he in, and then y'all ain't kick JD out. That's gonna be a problem. Truth is hilarious. I missed him because all I could think about is that interview I watched with The Bump with him, Jay, and Trick on it. I was dying laughing. And I thought it was just me, but somebody else was like, y'all need to have Truth on there every week. Because I was like, he is hilarious. And you could tell that a lot of it is him being in character, but a lot of it is him being him. Because he is you can't, excuse me, you can't make that up. You can't make up like comedy and humor. Like you can act dramatic, you can act mad, you can act, but you can't act funny. Like it's either you funny or you not. You can't act that. You either got it or you don't. And that's what it is. And that's speaking for somebody that's goofy, okay? Like you got it or you don't. Oh, my glasses is crooked. I can't even see. Okay. So then who else? What else? Oh, the Creed brothers versus the Judgment Day. And I thought the Creed brothers was gonna win. And I was like, watch them shenanigans pop off with Rhea and Ivy on the side. Sure did pop off. Then Ivy had lifted Rhea up. I was like, go ahead. She tiny. I was like, I like her. And I thought the Creed brothers was gonna actually win. I'm here for them. You know what I'm saying? Like they came from Duke. Duke is one of my favorite basketball teams. I'm a Duke diehard basketball team fan. Okay, been like that since I was little. If I would have continued to play basketball, I would have probably went to Duke or University of Maryland. Like if my life track would have been go to WNBA, that's what I would have did. So I'm here for it, and I love that they have the blue and white things. And I told my son the other day, I was like, we haven't had a brother tag team in a while. Like we got the Usos, you know what I'm saying? We got the Creed brothers now. The Usos came out when they debuted? 2010, 13 years ago. I was like, and before that was the Hardy Boys. And I think the Hardy Boys might have debuted on WWE. It was either 98 or 99 because I was 11 or 12. I remember that. So I'm like, it seems like every 11 to 13 years we get a set of brothers. We don't ever have like a set of sisters though. I don't think, have we ever had like a set of real life sisters on WWE? I don't think so. Even though for a while though, I thought Roxanne and Cora Jade was related because they look alike to me, but that might just be me. And then the Seth thing with CM Punk. And he's like, when you basically turn back to who you used to be, I'm just gonna be like, I told you so. Drew basically said something like that on the lines of it when he came out. He was like, and CM Punk, he was like, we ain't even gonna discuss that. And I was like, so it's just not Seth, okay? And then daggone Shinsuke. He crazy as hell. Like, what is that character he got that he's playing right now? That thing worked, and it's not just the attacks. It's the monologue before the attack. So he'll be like he was reading an American Nightmare Before Christmas book or something, and he come out, he be like, soon, then his eyes get all big like this. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Then he start speaking in Japanese, and I was like, you speak Japanese, you gotta speak fast as hell. It's like they got like 1,000 syllables in their language. And I don't know. They got extra letters in their alphabet, from what I was told. A friend of mine, she's not Japanese, but she's Asian, and she was like, when you speak, even like on their keyboards and stuff, they have extra letters. So that's crazy though. I guess because there's certain stuff that you can't say. You have to have I don't know. Anyways, just like I knew that in Africa, the exclamation mark on somebody's name is the click sound. Like when if I have a exclamation in front of my name and have B, it'd be brick. Like that. So, languages are funny. And if you can learn more than one language, you are very talented, because the rollings of the tongues and the saying the H or not saying the H, and then the quick talk or the slow talk or the changing the accent, like, you got it. Like, to me, that's genius, okay? Because I'm good in math, you know what I'm saying? But math is universal, Everybody uses the same math, okay? 2 + 2 is 4, okay? Languages, I'm surprised I took Spanish for 3 years. Can't do it. And I still not fluent. I know Spanglish. Like, I know enough to be nosy. But and maybe shake my head yes or no. And I could say a couple sentences, but that's it. Okay. Anyways, okay, that's a breakdown of that show. Okay, then tonight AJ came out, started his speech, and I said, I forgot he was here last week. That's what I'm telling y'all. It's been a long week. Okay, I forgot he was here. He came out. I said, what happened to him coming out? Because he come out with his shirt on and his pants, and then he come out. I said, AJ been gone so long. His hair done grew out. Okay, the highlights he had in his hair done grew out. He ain't got no haircut. I said he looked like he got even more buff. I was like, and then when he had to say what he had to say, who came out first? Randy came out, right? Randy came out. And then LA Knight, of course, came out. And the 90s superstar. I call him the 90s action hero. Because that's who he reminds me of. His gear reminds me like he's about to go shoot a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme and them. Or like the actor Dolph or Steven Seagal or something like that. That's what it gives for me. I'm here for it though, but that's what it gives. My favorite gear of his is green and gray, because I love green, but the gray complements it so well. Oh, and then speaking of Damien and Finn and them winning, I liked the Damien's hair that time, like with the 2 braids, and then that works. Wear that at pay-per-view. Wear those. Wear that, okay? And the trip part, about R-Truth winning is that JD had Dominic's ringside and still lost. Like, how you lose and you got help? Like, what? Anyways, okay. So then he came out, he said what he said. They said what they said about the bloodline and Roman and all that. Then of course Nick came out I don't know about Nick's outfit. I don't know if it's, I ain't never paying attention to it if he was on there last week. It was just given for me Nightmare Before Christmas character. Like, it was the vest that was giving me that. Like, it reminded me of like a grown Tiny Tim situation. And I guess it matched because I think that's what it reminded me of, that because all the Christmas trees before you walk down the thing. Because when he walked down, I was like, yeah, it looks like a Cambridge scholar or something like that. Like, if you would have told me, if I would have saw him in that walking down the street, I wouldn't have thought wrestler turned manager. I'd have thought, okay, clearly he's not from here, and he's works in some type of business, scholar type, you know. But so then after that whole situation come out, my girl's song come on, you know, and I forgot that there was the 4v4 match. So when her song come on, Bianca, I'm like, okay. Then I see them all in the tank. I'm like, hold the hell on. Shotzi coming out, her hair growing out because she done slicked down the part of her hair for bangs and then spiked the rest up. I need to know what gel she used, because how her hair stayed like that during the whole match. Like, what gel is you using? And I know we got 2 different texture hairs, okay? But most of her hair done stayed up War Games. And I had tweeted this and people was laughing, and I was dead serious. Like, what kind of hair? Because I done tried it all, okay? Let me tell you. Okay, so if I wear a scarf at night, this lays and it stays laid. Do you see how curly my hair is? Like, you see, I done tried everything on the market. And my hair's name is Tina. Tina does what she wants to do. Okay? I don't know if Shotzi got some type of super gel, some gorilla snot mixed with got to be spray or whatever. I need to know. Okay? Speaking of hair, I just realized Jimmy's hair grew out. All his black one grew out. I already mentioned that Jake recolored his blue, and I'm glad, because the back was getting grayish. And I was like, wasn't nobody gonna tell him? Like, they want y'all got a whole bunch of stylists, makeup artists and stuff. Y'all want gonna be like, hey bro, you want me to color your hair? Like, I couldn't. I can't. Not ever. And I don't even do hair full time. Like, I randomly do braids. Like, I did my hair, and I went to hair school and stuff like that. But it irks my soul to see people hair not done, especially when I know you're around stylists, so ain't nobody tell you or care to tell you, or you got money and your hair look a certain way. Like, why does your hair look like that? Not unless you're going through like a mental health situation. You know, people that are depressed, especially black women that are depressed, they don't get their hair done as often as they do, or go out with their friends and stuff, pamper themselves as often as they do. But if you carefree, living your life and stuff like that, and you got split ends or something like that, and I'm standing behind you, I would want to do this if I had scissors, but I can't. I don't know you. Like, that's how bad it is for me. So, anyways, Shotzi came out, Zelina all like this, Michin, I was gonna say Mayim was like, and I was like, okay, everybody getting their life. Come off. Maya got her red on, which I haven't seen her in red in a while. I liked it though. It was cute. Shotzi shot her cannon. All of them got off, did their entrances, came back. Then Damage Control come out. I live for an Oscar when Damage Control comes out. Oscar don't care if it's 100,000 people in the audience or just her by herself and all that. She gonna get her life. The song more, was it Damage Control? Who y'all doing? She over there like this. And I was like, okay, girl. I am here for it, okay? They come out, they get attacked on sight. So everybody got somebody. So I saw Zelina on the side. I'm like, who? Okay. I know in the ring it was Io and Bianca. And I think on the side was Zelina and Asuka. And I was like, so who is fighting Bailey? So then when Io almost got pinned, Bailey came to save the day or whatever. And I told my son, and I was watching it. And I told him, I said, Bailey's definitely going to the Hall of Fame. Like, if she retired today, she'll be inducted in the Hall of Fame. And he said, well, I said, not only is she Grand Slam champion, but her with this thing with damage control, which like a year and a half ago, people was like, what is going on? It's the fact that, for me, and this is just my opinion, that she is willing to go through these measures with these girls to help elevate them and learn from them, and they learn from her and stuff like that. And her taking hits for them during Survivor Series that I don't think any of the other 3 horsewomen would have done. I know for sure, from my opinion, that Becky or Charlotte wouldn't have did it. Because even though they don't mind working with other women, they don't strike me as I'm working with a group for a long period of time. Like, Sasha's done it for a little bit with Trinity. She's done it with Bad. You know what I'm saying? She might do it. But the other 2 ain't doing it, or they would have done it. And because of her doing that, and then everything that's been happening leading up to Kiara coming back. What was that? Is that Night of Champions? I think her coming back, and then Asuka adding herself to damage control, and then, you know, all of that transpiring. Like, that's gonna be something. I gave it till Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber when they turn on her. And I don't know how long Dakota gonna be in that brace, but they might give her until she is cleared from wearing that brace. Because once she get the clear, Bailey up out of there. I don't know what the step gonna be for her after that. If it's gonna be a revenge tour against them, if it's gonna be her going back heel, whatever, her trying to get back into damage control, or her just creating something else. But I see that happening. If not, the other thing I saw was Asuka joining there for her own sole purpose. And her originally was joining it to make it seem like because her and Kiara were friends, but it's really for her to get close to damage control so she can get the title from up under their nose. That was my other thought. It was one of the 2. That second one, though, would have been more scandalous, though, for real. Asuka left Japan and she said she was coming back a heel, so that would have been the ultimate heel move. One of them. So that match went well. And I was like, dang, they beating each other up, ain't they? Then Kiara and am I saying her name right? Kiara or Kyari? How you say her name? Pirate Princess. Okay. I still don't understand that. It might giving me Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know. And Asuka were beating the hell out of was it Shotzi and was it Zelina? I think it was Zelina and Muchin with the kendo sticks, and then Bianca and Shotzi came and got them back. And then I thought Bailey was gonna get hit with that chair that Shotzi unwrapped. Thankfully she didn't. I was worried because I'm like, girl, it ain't been a month and you about to get beat up again. Like, Jesus, take the wheel. And then I'm surprised ain't nobody go through the announce table though. Somebody got hit with a pie. Oh, Dakota hit somebody with a pie. I forgot who she hit with a pie. I want the lash to come out, but it's playing with me. And then they go over by the ramp. Oh, there it go. Ooh, thank God. Oh, that's only one of them. And then they go over by the ramp and open up 2 prisons. And this Isla, is that her name? Yeah. Isla and Alba, is that how you say their name? These names, I can't. And then the look on Oscar and Kari's face when they looked scared, that's why I was crying laughing, because I was like, what is it? I was dying. Okay. The look on their faces is hilarious. Oh, speaking of Raw, going back, I'm trying to figure out why. Okay, so Drew was mad that Jay got a title shot with Seth, and then you sabotaged the match, right? I think he sabotaged the match. I can't even remember. It was a couple weeks ago. For you to complain, and now you got another match. Like, I understand you being upset and you putting your truth into your story to gain another one, but it should be like a Gunther. That's the match I forgot to mention. The Gunther versus Miz match, where if you lose, you can't ask for another match again. That was the stipulation for Gunther versus Miz. And my son was like, so Miz can't ask for another match? And I said, no. And then he was like, what if Gunther asks for another match? I said, that's the loophole. Gunther can, but Miz can't. And Miz had it too. And if Gunther wouldn't have rolled up out of that ring like he did to gather himself, Miz would have been the champion, which I'm mad about, because my man's, when the last time he had a title, and what better way than for Miz to reclaim it from Gunther, someone who's been an IC champion many a times, who knows what it takes to become the IC champion and all that. And I know that Miz wants the title. He hasn't had one in a while, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the upkeep of keeping the title, and I don't know, to me, I want to say that I think he would love to have a title shot, more time on TV. I honestly do. What I don't think he wants to do is put his body through so much with the title, even though this comes with the territory of being, in the match. Like, he's established himself to where he can be seen on TV, giving promos, maybe having a couple matches a year on TV, and then probably doing a lot of house shows. And that's fine, because when he goes home, he gets to be dad and husband and himself, and still be in one piece for his girls. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's where he's at. And this is just me talking and what I think he might be at. I don't know him, so I'm just saying. Because if I'm in my early 40s or something like that, and I know my generation, which is who are wrestling now, are wrestling way past the time that a lot of the generation our parents watched have wrestled, except for Ric Flair. He's the only one. But he just retired, I think, last SummerSlam or WrestleMania. SummerSlam in Nashville. He had a retirement match like up the street, or he said so. But yeah, so I see a lot of us lasting longer, keeping our bodies healthier, trying to be there for both family and do what we love. And like I said, that's why I see Roman only come in on certain times, because he's second generation from his family, his father, doing this, and he understood. Back then we didn't have social media and FaceTimes and stuff, so you probably didn't see your family for months, your parents, your mom and your dad, or whoever wrestled. So for him, he probably wanted to be, present for his family, which I get, and still come back and do what he loved. I feel like to a certain point, Miz might be like that, but he still comes every week. That's the only thing. But I could be wrong. I see him maybe getting one more title. I hope he gets one more, because he's already Hall of Fame worthy, in my opinion. And people look at me crazy, and it's not just him holding a whole bunch of IC title matches. Miz was the first one to one of the first ones to grow with reality TV and social media when it was fairly new. You know what I'm saying? Like, he went from Real World, and I watched that season he was on there. And then when they came out with Tough Enough, I watched that and I was like, wait, he's on there. So I saw that, and then came on there. People got a lot of slack because they was like, he's a reality star trying to be on Tough Enough, but he changed the game. Okay, so he went from 2 reality shows to that. Then he was on episode of Total Bellas because his wife, not Total Bellas, Total Divas. Then they have their own show, Miss and Mrs. Then he has Ms. TV on top of being 2-time Grand Slam champion. Like, just the, okay, he ain't got to wrestle again. Like, a lot of these people right now that's on it don't have to wrestle again. They could retire and be Hall of Fame right now, but they do it because they love to do it. Like Randy Aaron said today, he said they took away me coming from my second home, which is this ring, for a year and a half. Okay, so after that, they came out, and I was glad that they came out because, like I said, we ain't seen them since Ronda or whatever. I was trying to figure out what the hell going on. I think I mentioned that a week or two ago, like where they at. Then after that was the tonight was good matches. Then it was Dragon Lee versus my man Butch, and y'all know I love Butch. Okay, I like when he do that finger thing. I've been trying to figure out how to do that for a year. That finger manipulation thing is everything. Okay, if you could just tell somebody shut up and just do something with their fingers or their arm and something like that, you ain't really gotta, you know. And my son was like, well, he by himself, he talking more. I said, he ain't got no choice. Like, my man's Ridge just left him when they fought Pretty Deadly last time and walked off. Then went to daggone NXT and injured Dragunov. When I saw from the daggone YouTube highlight, I ain't even watched the episode, which I gotta go back and watch because I was confused as hell. Like, so you ain't gonna fight tag team, but you gonna fight solo? Like, not solo Sikoa, like solo by himself. You on? So now you leave my man Butch Dolo? Like, so then he fought Dragon Lee, and it was a good match. It was better than I thought. And the commentators was all like, they're impressed with Butch. They've been impressed with him since NXT, in British and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, because I was like, now if it gets to a point that Sheamus doesn't come back anytime soon, he gonna end up having to get new theme music and stuff. And then someone was like, oh, they said something about him having an identity crisis. He's gonna end up switching up his look or stuff, which I'm here for. You can still use the term fight night, but if you want to switch up your theme and stuff like everybody else, do that. Okay? Make sure you have enough shirts, though, you do that. Because I'm still mad, and I've been saying it for a month, that WWE doesn't have any Kid Alpha Academy shirts, and I've been looking for one since the beginning of November. I'm mad at the belts that are sold out. I was just randomly looking at during the summertime. Like, I expected the Redskins, the Cowboys, the Steelers belts to be sold out, okay? And that's because that's most of my family are. And it's a lot. The nation's team is not the Cowboys. It's been Pittsburgh and Packers for a while. But like, I try to look for a Ravens belt. I'm like, Baltimore things sold out. Like, what the Usos belt look nice though. I did see that. Anyways, yeah, so that was a good match. I thought he was gonna win. He ended up losing. He hated that he lost, of course. That would be me too. Like, if it was my first time knowing that I was going out by myself, I knew I wasn't gonna have no help. You know, I ain't gotta worry about Ridge or somebody being on my corner. I gotta focus on me. And then it's a title match and then I lose. Like, and I was like, it would be fitting for Butch to win because I'm like, he's been on NXT like a couple weeks, for the past few months. Him, Alpha Academy. Well, Dom had to. He was NA champion, but I'm like, them two have been on for a few months, so it was only fitting. But Dragon had just got it, and he kept it, which I'm cool with, as long as he goes and they let him defend it in NXT, because they didn't let Solo. Now I said that many a times. I don't know if they. I still don't know. Like, y'all gotta give us an explanation, because none of that makes sense to me at all. Like, it still don't make sense to me. Like, y'all make that man give up his title. It still pisses me off. After he defended it on a Friday night, which Dragon Lee did tonight, and still keeps it. Y'all made him give it up, but then let somebody like Dom, who comes on Monday and with the title, and all he had to do was go to NXT on Tuesday, like, which I'm pretty sure Dragon Lee is about to do. Like, y'all could have had him do that. I don't understand. Like, tell him to work Friday, Saturday, Tuesday. Like, if he had to work 3 days, tell him to work 3 days. You know, like, okay, you working Tuesday this week, so you ain't gotta come to the house show on Sunday. And you not coming on Monday because you ain't there. Like, I don't get it. That don't piss me off. And I don't know if it's because they ain't had no room for his title reign in the story of the bloodline, or if it was just somebody's mistake. But I'm glad they rectified with the other superstars. But y'all need to give my man's his title back. Okay. Also, I'm still sad Wesley is gone, because he just came back. And I expected to see him and Dom at Deadline. But the match with Dragon Lee and Dom was good too. What happened after that? Butch lost. They asked him how he felt. Pretty Deadly came back there. He attacked Pretty Deadly, of course. Nick came out, and was like, y'all want to fight? You could fight. Find somebody next week. I meant for, what do you call it? Smackdown New Year's Eve. What he said? Extravaganza, whatever the hell he said. I don't know what he said, but I was like, anybody? So I'm like, my guess was Sheamus, okay? Because I don't even know. It wasn't clear to me. It might have been said why he's out. Like, I don't know if somebody in his family's sick. Like, normally they would tell us if somebody in his family's sick, like if his wife got pregnant and they taking care of the baby, like if he was sick, if he got injured. I don't recall them saying that. Like last week when they said Charlotte's going to be out for 9 months because of her knee. Like, I don't remember them telling us anything. He just left after that match with Edge. We ain't seen him since. Like, what happened? And because I watched the little thing on YouTube, okay, of the day that happened. After the match, he was backstage looked like he was walking regular and fine or whatever. And they hugged each other. So I'm trying to figure out, not unless he took like a 3-month break, what's going on? Because I'm not understanding at all. And then, so I was like, if it's Sheamus, it'd be nice. Somebody was like, yeah, that would be good. We don't know what the hell going on. Okay. They was crossing brands for a while. He might as well cross brands and get Ricochet over here, because Ricochet was solo for a while. Then he got him and Braun. Too many B's. And Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman and Braun. And they was a good tag team. Like, I liked them together. They got drafted together. Braun got injured. Everybody done got injured. Braun done got injured. Raquel, Liv, daggone. I didn't know AJ broke 3 ribs. I didn't know he broke ribs until they said it. I was like, dang, they broke his ribs. Like, that's crazy. The way Carmelo was tossed up against them stairs, I was like, he gonna have to get an adjustment. Like, he gonna have to see a chiropractor. And I was like, I ain't even on that match yet, but since we on that match, KO, first of all, shout out to production, because y'all know I love production. When they show the backup, they show the thing on the screen, it gives a little extra for us audience at home that we don't get to see live. Like, it makes us feel even more in touch with the show, in my opinion. It gives a little oomph. Second of all, KO's so cool because he'll come out and he just be sitting on a thing like, all right, let's get this over with. It's either like, I'm focused, let's get this over with, or it's like, I'm about to do this and then go home. Like, he just be chilling. Like, I'm about to do it. I ain't got no time for talking. Let's do what we do and go home. Okay. Melo came out in his black, which I like the black better than the green on him. And then they fought. And the fight was like, I was like, he thought he had an issue with Braun Breaker if he had one. KO is, because I said one thing, I think I forgot to put KO in that category. But one thing about KO and AJ, they are part of a resiliency club, okay? As far as I've seen the last almost 2 years. And in that club is AJ, is KO. Whether they wrestle for WWE right now or not, is Sheamus. AJ, KO, Sheamus. Finn Balor, Seth, and Dolph. Like, you can knock them down the hardest you can. They putting on, I don't care if it's 2.99 like Roman, they putting their hand up every time. In order for them not, they gotta be extremely hurt. I must be up because they'll keep putting the arm up, a leg up, it don't even matter. Okay? That's why when he had pinned KO the first time after that one move, I was like, there's a different beast over here than NXT. Like, you ain't about to hit him one time and then he about to you about to pin him. Like, you don't know who you wrestling. Like, you gotta watch. You gotta be like a football, basketball game. You gotta watch footage on this man, okay? Because he is versatile. That's another thing I love about KO. He's one of the few versatile wrestlers. He can high fly. He can do power moves. He could do striking. You know, or he do technical moves. Like, it's not a lot of wrestlers right now that could do that. And it's not, that don't have that combination of all of that. They're either good at like 2 or 3 of them. They're not normally good at like all 4 of them like that. And that's why a lot of people like KO. And also because of his dry humor. Love him. Like I said, I'm goofy anyway. I like to laugh. I laugh at anything. If I think it's funny, I'm laughing at anything. That's why some of the shows I like are all over the place. And my mom would be like, why do you like to hate? And they were like, why do you like this show? Years later to catch on. But like, I love stuff with any type of humor that is anything that's funny. Like, I could be watching Jamie Foxx show one day, and then the next day I could be watching like Big Bang Theory. The next day I could be watching like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And the next day I'm watching something like, I don't know, Futurama, American Dad. Like, it's in the other shows in between, but it's, you know, Shameless. So, like, to me, he's funny. I don't know. Yeah, he ended up losing. My concern for him now, though, because this was pre-taped, I'm like, he ain't got that much time. He just fought. He just fought Theory. I think he just fought Theory. Yeah, because Carmelo fought Grayson. So he just fought Theory, and I was like, his hand was hurting then. He only probably had 30 minutes to an hour to ice that and then take a Tylenol to get the inflammation down if it was hurting like that before he had to fight KO. I mean, Melo. That's what I was concerned about, because I'm like, and KO's one of those ones like Seth that'll push through the pain. But you can only do that but for so long. And he's been doing it for a while, because before that, it was his leg or something like that, his knee or something like that. Because I think, one of the matches early in the year, he was hopping on his leg, and I was like, I don't think he got that fixed. So that's yeah, I don't know what he's made up. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it from a fan perspective, or from a person who also know that you can't be your best if you aren't your best. Can't do your best if you aren't your best. And just a person that believes in work-life balance, and resting is a key part of being your healthiest. Even if that doesn't always mean sleep. It just means resting your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, your body's injured, you might need to take some time off. Like, I'm a firm believer in that. If not, your body will tell you, okay? If you be like, hey, hello, we're hurting over here, we're tired over here, you keep going, because that happened to me. I was sick for 2 weeks. And I was like, now my body's like, hey, you can't go nowhere because you sick. And I'm like, dang. So that was good. So then I tweeted, I was like, it's gonna be Bobby versus Santos. So in my mind, I was like, Santos gonna have to come out savage and keep energetic, or he gonna lose. I was like, it would be nice, and this is exactly what I tweeted. It would be nice to see Santos versus KO, only because they feel like, or it has happened, where both of them have gotten titles. Not talking about tag team, individual titles that have been taken from them or stripped from them. So that'll be interesting. And lo and behold, Santos won, because he has got 2 of his brothers are back. So I see a beef. I don't know if Ray was here, it would be LWO, him or Carlito. Carlito out too. I just remember that. It'll be LWO versus Santos, and I guess the new Legado del Fantasma. I guess that's what we call it. I don't know what the new name is. But I'm here for Santos. I like him whether he's a heel or a face. Just like with Sheamus, he can do no wrong to me. I don't know why, but I watched old clips of him, and he was part of the Bar, and he had the mohawk, which reminds me of Bebop or Rocksteady from Ninja Turtles, because of the hair. And then other clips, and you know how some characters are so good at playing heels, you hate them, because that's how I felt for the Bellas for a while. Nothing Sheamus does makes me not like him. And honestly, I like Roman now as a heel versus before, and not just because he was in the Shield. I hated those contacts he had in. I hate those. I don't know why. If those were contacts for him to see, I ain't like them. That's just my personal opinion, but I couldn't get with him. It's somebody now that's on the roster, I think, that wear color contacts, and they look like the same ones he had on, because I think I seen him with them 2-3 weeks ago, and I was like, don't. Speaking of me, Chan, I'm proud. And then next week next year she's supposed to fight EO, and then someone had tweeted, was like, I want to see her versus EO. They have great chemistry together. And then they announced the match. I said, okay. And then with the triple threat match, I was like, it should have been a 3v3 match first. It should have been the Bloodline versus AJ, LA, and Orton, and then been a triple threat match. But that's just me. Because he said in 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks from today is January 5th or something like that, right? Because next week is the 29th. They out. They got a whole 2 weeks out. They got the rest of the year off. They've been off since Monday, which was the 18th. That's good though. That's being home for what? For the Raw people, you're home for 2 weeks. because you're literally home for that, and then New Year's Day you gotta go back to work, and then the Smackdown people you off for longer because Raw was live, and that was the last live show of the night of the year. But so then after that, it was, yeah, they win. They have people coming attacking them and stuff like that. He shows like his team, and I was like, not Angel attacking the Street Profits with Street Profits shirt on. Like, how you gonna attack somebody with their shirt on? I wonder if they get new shirts too since they got a new song. Like, are you everybody revamping their life on WWE? They got new songs this year. You get a new gear this year. And then when my son and I was watching, was it Raw or was it the highlights? I think we was watching Raw. No, we was watching the highlights, and they had blurred out the Yeet shirt, his shirt again. So is it a problem with the shirt again? I'm trying to figure it out. And if it's not, Jimmy, when we gonna get a no Yeet shirt? Like, you know what? If we don't get a no Yeet shirt by this first Friday, I'm making my own no Yeet shirt. Okay, the hell with that, because I've been asking for one, and I know I ain't the only one that would buy one. Okay, them things will sell hotter than, because that had to be one of the most viral things. He's been very viral this year, meaning like that smack that Misha gave him, the timeouts, the I'm on the injured reserve list, that no Yeet, like Jimmy been doing it. Okay, I wonder if he's gonna have his own solo meet and greet like his brother had, and I wonder when they're going, if and when they're going to reunite. I also wonder, when are they going to separate the tag team titles, or if they just going to go back to how it used to be and just have one tag team title for men? Because it makes no sense to be called the Undisputed, whatever. It's been like that since what? May of 2022, right? You might as well go ahead and just have the black one like they used to have with the copper in the front. Like, the whole point of having tag team titles was to have each brand have one. But now, since the whole RK Bro and Usos thing, it's been united. The Judgment Day, yes, are the only group that's been two-time undisputed tag team title winners, but they're not the only people that have been two-time undisputed tag team title winners, because they forgot Jay's name, or they ignored it. And what happened after so then after that, AJ and Solo comes out. Solo, first of all, Solo has a song you twerk to, okay? His song, I just like bouncing the Bianca song. EO song, Grayson song, Dragon Lee song, Trick song. Like, them all songs you know. But he came out and he body AJ. Okay, Kyrian did his promo. I don't know who's his next victim. I was like, if it's AJ in the middle of this thing, that's gonna stop him from getting back at Roman, because then it'll be AJ versus Kyrian again. Because he's talking about how he turned Shinsuke into a savage and all this other stuff. I was like, true. I was like, is AJ a heel now? Like, he came out to his song, he ain't got no shirt on, which he normally takes it off in the ring. But I'm like, he didn't have his glove where he puts his his hands up so we could see the styling of his gloves. Like, he got the jacket on unzipped, like he in an R&B group. What are we doing? Like, are we turning him heel too? So most of everybody in 2024 gonna be a heel. The only person that I don't see turning into a heel in her entire career, and that's if she wants to, is Bianca. She'll be like a John Cena who's never went heel. She'll be like, I don't ever see her turning heel at all. I don't think Natalya has either. She's been pretty much the same that her entire career as well. But also I want to see, yeah, like I said, I see the tag titles But I want to see Montez get another shot at Elimination Chamber. Was it Elimination Chamber last year? And he did excellent. If he would, I think he injured his leg though. Like, my man's could have been a title holder, solo title holder, which is fine because groups like New Day have done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's other tag teams where one has had a thing and one hasn't. And they come back and they're still tag teams. So I can't wait to see that. I don't know who CM Punk's first match would be outside of Royal Rumble, because that's not till the end of January. But who are you fighting before then? And yeah, so Solo was beating him. He came back. Then Solo had pinned him. I was like, yeah, AJ is part of that resiliency club, right? And then AJ gets up. I was like, he getting the hell, like, AJ's getting beat up bad. His face was pure red. I was like, he done got back, like, every move Solo had in 5 minutes, he done pulled out. He done pulled out every move. And I was like, he's smart. Get it tired, get it over with. Okay, come out. AJ start. Then I was like, watch Jimmy come out. Nope, it's Roman. So I'm like, okay. So then Solo comes from up out of the thing. Then next thing I know, I think Randy's music plays. Randy comes out there. Then I literally do this and look and see. Yeah, like half second, not even. I'm like, where the hell did Jimmy come from? I literally looked over to see if my son was asleep, which he was, and looked like this. And Jimmy was knocked out, knocking AJ out. And I was like, okay. So then LA Knight came out, and then they helped fight off the bloodline. And then AJ got the last lick on Roman. And AJ had warned them that he didn't want to see the ringside. If it was going to be an issue. So after they fought each other off, AJ was like, I done told y'all to stay away from my match. I think he attacked LA first. Yeah. And I think then Randy attacked Jay, and then like Jimmy and then was going to go after him. And he was like, Roman was like, nah, let them beat each other up. And I was like, okay. Why do work when you got somebody doing it for you? I also love Nick doing this thing because Roman called him in, and I was like, okay, Nick, you got him together. Because they was talking about how on X, how narcissists normally become narcissists because they got hurt first. So they hurt and manipulate other people. And people's like, Roman's origin story started when, you say, because people like AJ or Seth or Cena would tell me he couldn't finish his lines or his promos were bad or stuff like that. So when Nick had said what he said, he was like, how you know I mean you or something like that. He was like, I didn't care if you did. And then he was like, so basically Solo is very capable. I'm paraphrasing. He was like, he beat up John Cena. He was like, that's something even you couldn't do. And everyone was like he was stunned, but he was embarrassed and pissed at the same time. He was like, he's a big boy. He got it. Okay. Like, chill out. He got it. He was like, anything else? He was like, nah. That's basically like me like, oh, you back now after 4 months. And you trying to tell me how to do my job and you been on for 4 months? Yeah, I ain't doing that. Anything else you want to say? All right. Like, okay. Not doing that. And I think that's personally why he came out. Like, he wanted to prove that he's the tribal chief for a reason, and that he can handle who Solo had to fight, even though it was Solo match and Solo had it, because he was embarrassed. Like, that's the only thing that came to my mind. Because outside of that, why would you come out? If I knew, not unless he was so like, he's so manipulative and such a genius that he plotted the fact that he was going to come out knowing that the other two couldn't resist to come out, and then that start the beef between them. Because that's the only other thing that I could think of. But, you know, we'll know. I guess we'll wait till the new year to find out. So, I guess this is my last one for the year. Excuse me. I'll probably buy a ticket for Smackdown on in Charlotte, but I know I'm going to the one in March here in Raw. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. I'm going to Raw, and I'm probably going to be at Raw. I don't know. I figured out. My son wants to go. He turns 10 in February, and I think that's what he wants his birthday present to be. So we'll figure. I don't know which one he wants to go to, but more than likely he'll probably want to go to Raw because he loves Jey Uso. So, but I hope you guys have a great holiday, Hanukkah, Three Kings, Kwanzaa, Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Be safe. Enjoy loved ones, family, friends, your dog, your cat. Please don't drink and drive, okay? It baffles me how many people still get DUIs in 2023 when there's Lyft and Uber. Like, I don't understand that. Like, when that singer Danny Lee got one, like, I ain't feel sorry for her. Because I'm like, you got a significant amount of money, right? You couldn't call no Lyft home. Like, you could have called a Lyft home and then came the next day, called a Lyft back and got your car. Like, anyways, or get a DD. Someone that drinks and is sober by the end of the night or doesn't drink at all. Don't break your bank for people, okay? A lot of people love more thoughtful gifts than gifts with dollar signs. I know I do. If you bring me a gift for something that we hadn't talked about or something like that, I'm going to love it. I'm probably going to cry. But most people are like that. Kids, don't let them stress you out over this time of year. And, don't break the bank for them either. Not just them, because, of course, we're going to do whatever we want or can for our children. But just people in general, because if it was the other way around, 99% of those people wouldn't. And I'm not saying you should do it because other people are doing it. I'm just saying, if your priorities this month are messed up because of gifts and stuff like that, and you got all these gifts under your tree, but your life's about to be cut off, like, you might want to reevaluate your life. Just saying. That's all. And have a great New Year, y'all. For those who celebrate New Year's. Anyways, love you all. Bye. And the people that are superstitious, greens, pork, black eyed peas. Okay?